Wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, before we begin, let me share my screen. Okay, so I'm sure everyone can see my screen now. Yeah. Okay. So our topic for today is Cybersecurity 101. For your information, based on education standard lah, 101 usually means the most basic. Okay, so in this case, we're gonna learn about cybersecurity, the most basic topic lah, in terms of cybersecurity. Now, before that, a bit of introduction about myself. My name is Izuana. I am cybersecurity awareness trainer here at Brunei. I have a few certifications in terms of IT development and also IT security. Part of my job experience, I go from school to school, go to organizations like government organization or even companies, and I give awareness talks about cybersecurity. If you guys have any question, do not hesitate to put it in the chat box, yeah? All right, here with me today, there's my colleague somewhere in the chat box. Somewhere here. So if you guys have any question, he'll assist as well with the answer. Okay. So here you go. Here we have my workplace. I'm just gonna talk briefly about my workplace. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Cybersecurity Brunei. It's quite new. It was set up, His Majesty's government decided to set up Cybersecurity Brunei back in August 2020. Of course, the main purpose is to oversee the cybersecurity aspect here nationwide, yeah? And under Cybersecurity Brunei, we have Brunei Computer Emergency Response Team. We also have National Digital Forensics Lab. I'm not sure if you guys have seen CSI Cybercrime, but it looks something like that. And then we also have the Cyberwatch Center. All right, for today, I am representing Brunei Computer Emergency Response Team. For your information, worldwide, ada CERT organization, okay? So in Singapore, they call it SingCert. In Malaysia, they call it MyCert. Here in Brunei, we call it BruCert, all right? So the purpose of BruCert is to disseminate, information to the public as well. So let's say, for example, there's a new kind of computer virus being developed and it's currently spreading around the world. So maybe it starts in the United States. So of course, US CERT would inform BruCert, and then we will inform it to you guys. Okay, moving on. Just for for a warm up, okay, I'm just gonna share you a bit of statistics, all right, about Brunei Darussalam, okay, the technology usage, yeah. So basically, here in Brunei Darussalam, the statistics is by Global Digital Overview, okay. Basically, every February, every year, they will release statistics. So this year, they haven't released anything new yet, okay? Maybe towards the end of this February, but I'm just gonna use last year's statistics, yeah? Okay. All right, so here you go. So of course, we start off with the basic. Here in Brunei, we have around 439,500 total population. And then as for the internet users, we have around 417,500. Okay, so that's the amount of internet users here in Brunei Darussalam. The most interesting one is the mobile connection. Mobile connection is usually something with a SIM card. Yeah, so for that one, it's actually more than our total population. This is around 500,000 plus. Okay. Can you guys guess why we have more mobile connections than total population? Can anyone guess? No? All right. So usually, yes, thank you, Masu. All right, thank you. More people with more phones, exactly. So yeah, in this case, like one person can have two phones, one for personal and one for business. So usually that is the reason, yeah. And then yeah, even iPad, it has SIM card. So yeah, it contributes to the statistics as well. And then of course, as for social media, okay, we have around 435,000 users. Okay, 435,000. If you convert that to percentage, it's actually around 99% of the population has social media. Okay, probably the 1% is probably like senior citizens or babies. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Okay, I'm going to show you the web traffic by mobile operating system. Okay, so here in Brunei, okay, most of the users, most of them are Android users, around 54%, like more than half of the population. And then around 40.5% use Apple iOS. So most likely iPhone, all right, or even iPad. And then KaiOS. KaiOS, if I'm not mistaken, if you use LG Smart TV, I think they use this kind of operating system. Okay. And then, of course, we have the Samsung operating system. Again, if you use TV, they use this kind of operating system. And the other operating system, it's around 0.07. It's really small amount of number of people. Okay, so I spoke about the social media, the number of social media usage earlier. So I'm just going to be specific this time. So let's talk about Facebook, the number of Facebook users here in Brunei Darussalam. So according to Global Digital Overview, we have around 320,000 Facebook users, okay? And then if you convert that to percentage, it's around 90.2%. However, recently, I think a few weeks ago, there was this big news. It's about Facebook. The value went down because the number of daily users is decreasing. So I'm not quite sure the recent statistics. But this one is the statistics from last year. Okay, so for Facebook, this is quite interesting. There are actually more male users than female users. Okay, even though like 56.3%, that's still more than half. So when I ask, I usually ask this question. So why do guys prefer to use Facebook? And the answer is always the same. So it's around, the answer is always pasal kereta, right? They want to buy car spare parts, something about cars, yeah? So that is Facebook. All right, so we talk about Facebook. Next one, we're gonna talk about Instagram. For Instagram, not that many users, around 250,000. Convert that to percentage is around 70.5%. However, Instagram ni terbalik pula. Earlier, Facebook, we have more male users. But for Instagram, we have more female users. Okay, so this one, I think I can relate why. Okay, more female users on Instagram. Okay, usually I find it, if I want to go shopping, I would prefer to go shopping on Instagram, okay, rather than Facebook. So yeah, so more female users here on Facebook. On Instagram. Okay. So there you go. Earlier I showed you, for a warm-up, I showed you the statistics. So based on those statistics, we can tell that almost everyone here in Brunei Darussalam have the access to the internet, to social media, okay? But of course, with all these privileges we're being connected to the internet, it comes with consequences as well. So this is why it is important for us to learn about cybersecurity, okay? Especially cybersecurity awareness. Why do we need to learn about this? It's actually simple. Around 90%, okay, of cyber data security breaches are caused by human error itself. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you have the latest advanced antivirus, the most expensive laptop, okay? Doesn't matter all these firewalls you buy and all this you finance all this security stuff. However, by the end of the day, all these cyber data breaches are caused by human itself, okay? It's us, kami sendiri yang the one who click on the link, okay? So we cannot blame technology because by the end of the day, technology is made by human. All right. So yeah, there you go. This is why we need to learn about cybersecurity awareness. Yeah. Okay. So on the next slide. Okay. So we're gonna learn about password or passphrase. I'm sure you guys know what is password or passphrase. Okay. It's quite simple, but it's good to be reminded again about this one. So basically, what is password? Of course, before we log into our email or even we log into our phone, it requires PIN or it requires password. So password is a secret key to our account. So in this case, traditional password, okay, usually like something like ABC123, or even like with symbols or numbers. Like if you take a look at the very last one, it says there, my name is Zul345. Okay, this is typical. It has the person's name and also the person's birthday. All right, we do not recommend you guys to put your personal identity on your password. Okay, because again, we don't want hackers or scammers able to guess your password. Okay, and then yeah, basically password is something short. It's quite short. Okay, it's quite short and has all these characters and alphanumeric. Yeah, so that is password. However, like I mentioned earlier, worldwide we have CERT organization. So US CERT, United States Computer Emergency Response Team, recently issued that they actually encourage us to use passphrase instead of password. So what is passphrase? So I'm going to show you. All right, so passphrase, okay, it's a very long password, right? It's just something really, really long. So password can be in the form of lyrics or even quotes. For example, like this one, Selamat Hari Raya, maaf zahir dan batin. Okay, so you can actually use that as your password to your account. And the thing about passphrase is you don't actually need symbol. Well, having a symbol is an added bonus, okay? But you can also use space, all right? You can use space for this case. And then also, of course, passphrase, it has to be long, okay? And easy to remember, all right? So this is why we actually recommend you guys to use it in the form of lyrics so that it's easier to remember. Like, however, if you were to use lyrics, so let's say, for example, baby shark do 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 do, you cannot use the repetitive words do do do. Okay, so you need to be careful with that one. So here you go. So let's say, for example, as you can see, the image on the left, we have password. Okay, we use the word password here. Let me annotate. All right, let me draw on it. Okay, so password 789. Okay, so it will take around 0.01 seconds. Okay, even though it has symbols, capital letters, numbers. Yeah, but still it takes around 0.01 seconds to what do you call this, to crack it. It's like it's not even 1 second. Okay, it's like immediately they can crack it. So this is password. How about if we use passphrase? So for passphrase, like I mentioned, let's try Selamat Hari Raya, maaf zahir dan batin. So of course it's very strong and it will take around 11,000 trillion years to crack it. So hopefully sampat lah, huh? So it's quite, so passphrase is actually quite effective when it comes to guarding your account. So in this case, you can see it's 11,000 billion trillion years, all right? And it's easy to remember. That's why I really like passphrase. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so earlier I talked about what do you call this, password or passphrase. Let's now talk about bad software. Okay, here we go. Of course, before that, what is a software? Software is basically a program. Okay, if you install that program to your desktop, you call it a software. If you install that program to your apps, if you install it to your smartphone or tablet, we call it as apps, all right? However, by the end of the day, they're still software. So example of software would be Microsoft Word, Google Chrome, Angry Bird, yeah? Even Facebook app or YouTube app is considered as software. Now, not all software is good software, okay? So let's talk about the bad ones. So there are a number of bad software. We have malware, short for malicious software. The purpose of malicious software is usually to corrupt your computer devices. Huh? And then we also have the spyware, which is a spying software. And the purpose is, of course, to steal your information, to monitor your activities, especially through your webcam. And then we also have the advertisement software, which is example of adware is like pop-ups, especially on your web browser. And then we also have ransomware, which is this is the most dangerous one. Basically, if you accidentally install ransomware to your devices, it will lock all your files, and the only way for you to get your files back is you have to pay the hacker, and usually the hacker would ask in terms of Bitcoin. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. How can you get malware? It's usually from the stuff that you download, okay? Like from free games, okay? I'm not saying free stuff is bad. You just need to be careful of what you download. And then, of course, you get malware from opening attachments immediately without scanning them with your antivirus. Another one is you visit malicious websites. So usually recently, like most web browser like Google Chrome, Firefox, if they notice that website is malicious, they would give you warnings like this. However, people would just click on proceed anyway, right? And then we also have, hold on. Okay. And then we also have, file sharing program, for example, torrent. So you might think you download videos or movies, but it looks like movies. But once you install it and once you download it to your computer, you double click on it. Well, apparently it's something malicious. So that is how you get malware or any other bad software. And of course, how do we know our computer is suffering from bad software such as malware? That will be receiving unfamiliar messages. In this case, we call that one blue screen of death. The next one is slow performance, okay, lagging. Padahal your memory is like, your RAM is like quite high, all right? And then your computer always crash. Okay, next one. So this is how it looks like if you accidentally install spyware to your devices. So these are the victims. They didn't know. This is an old version, yeah. So these victims, they did not know that they accidentally installed spyware to their devices. So what happened is these hackers can see what each of these individuals doing. All right. And then on to the next one. Again, same thing happened to this girl. She didn't notice she's being what do you call that? Being tracked. Her webcam is being recorded. And if you can see the list at the back, green list, it means the victim is online. So let's say, for example, I wanna stalk someone from Canada. I just double click on that, and then I get to see the webcam. Okay. So not just your webcam, okay? Also your devices, such as your smartphone, okay? In this case, I'm going to use Android as an example. I'm not saying Apple is safe. In fact, if you come to my workplace, Android, Apple, all devices can be hacked and can be cracked, okay? So, but this is the the easiest screenshot that I can share with you. Okay, so in this case, this hacker have a list of people that accidentally installed the spyware on their phone. So basically, the hacker can see their at the moment online. The hacker can see the cell phone number, the location, and then let's say the hacker wants to hack person number 2. So click on that one, and then this will pop up. And then basically you can intercept the signal, you can block the SMS, you can even, the most dangerous one here is you can record the audio and the video on the phone itself, right? So that's how people can hack you. Okay, so cover your webcam, all right? I saw this being sold at the mall around $4 something. So you might want to check that out. And then there's also, if you want to budget, you can use a plaster or a sticky note, but I would prefer to use plaster because the sponge thing wouldn't make the webcam sticky, all right? Okay, next one. There's also webcam cover for your phones, but I don't see this quite often, yeah? Okay, so we talk about password, we talk about bad software. Now let's talk about social engineering, how people can steal your information. So first off, what is social engineering? Basically, hacker or scammer, they love your information, especially your full name, your phone number, especially your credit card number, and even your token number, you know, the number that is being sent as SMS to your phone. So they actually love that as well. So these hackers or scammers, they will do anything to steal this information. So how do they steal it? We call that social engineering. So there are 3 popular ways. Okay, it's called phishing, vishing, and also smishing. Okay, so for phishing, if hackers use phishing method on you, they would email you. They would pretend to be someone from the bank, and then they would ask for maybe your credit card number or username and password. Okay, so that is phishing. For vishing, they would call you. They would pretend, again, they would probably pretend to be, again, from the bank. Okay, and then they would say, I'm from the bank, can I have your username and password? So that is vishing. And then as for smishing, this is the most popular one here in Brunei. I'm sure you guys receive SMS saying that you have won a contest dangdut ka, contest apa. You have won a contest for $10,000. Can I have your name, address, so and so? So that is smishing. Okay. All right, so let's learn about phishing. Okay. All right. Okay, so this person, Abdullah, received email from noreply.abc bank. The bank is ABC, yeah? Abdullah's bank is ABC. But this one is a bit suspicious, at gmail.com. All right, so that's suspicion number 1. And then it says here, urgent expired account. So they make you panic, like, oh, it's urgent. So of course you need to click on that and you need to read that. Okay, so this person said your ABC bank account profile will expire by today. So there's this urgency, there's like this deadline that makes people go panic. Okay, and then it says here, click on abcbank.com. Okay, so of course this person would click on that one. Okay, let me clear this one. Okay, so this person would click on this one. Oops. Okay, click on that link and then it goes to this website. Okay, so Abdullah would enter the username and also the password. Click submit. Okay, so by right, that username and password should go to the legitimate server, which is ABC Bank server. However, because this is a phishing link, okay, that username and password, that details, it goes to the hacker server. All right, there. So if you notice earlier, it was ABC Bank, but now the URL changes. Okay, so that is phishing. They trick you. You thought you click on ABC, but apparently it redirects you to XYZ. Okay. So, all right. Let's move on to the next one. So this is a case back in 2017. Type customer received this kind of email, and then they click on this link. It says there, view your message, and then it brought them to this website. So apparently this is the fake website, all right? And it asks for username and password. So if you, of course, if you click, enter your username and password, the details would go to the hacker's server, all right? This is how the original website looks like. So there's not much difference. So when it comes to phishing, hackers or scammers, they will try their best to like trick you, okay? They will imitate like 100%, as long as they can get your details. So there you go. Okay, so the difference is, of course, the URL is supposed to be typed. Okay, in this case, the fake one is icgs.co.in. .in is usually from India. Okay, and then of course, one doesn't have a padlock, one has a padlock. Okay, so email security tips, just basic ones. Do not click on any suspicious links. Scan email attachments before opening them. Be sure the person of the person you communicate with. Protect your personal information. Run antivirus and anti-spyware software. Okay. And then, of course, there's also another one. Keep your operating system up to date and also your software up to date. Don't forget to back up. Do not copy. This is basically, if you want to download something, download from trusted sources only. Okay. From the official website. And then, of course, create a secure password, and you need to change them regularly. Password or passphrase, yeah? So if in doubt, refer to your IT department. So let's say that email is issued by your school, maybe you can refer to your school. However, if it's like a Gmail or Outlook, you can always email them. Sorry, you can always like contact them. Like they have this help page or something, or you can even contact Brewster, okay? All right. So just a few cybersecurity tips. Use a unique password that is not recycled. Okay. Make sure when you have a password, make sure like if it's for Facebook, it's for Facebook only. All right. Do not reuse it on Instagram. And then use a password that is difficult to guess. All right. Like I said, do not put your personal information, even your cat's name. Do not add that in. And then, of course, create a strong and secure password and change your password regularly. And then the next cybersecurity tips would be you need to install genuine software. Okay. If it's an app, you need to download from App Store or Google Play Store. Okay. Any official platform. And then the benefits of using genuine applications usually reduce risk of malware attack and also avoid data leakage. Don't forget to update. Updating is important, yeah? So update your operating system or apps or software, okay? Because they are equipped with the latest security system, right? They fix the bugs, and also software updates protects your data. And of course, antivirus, okay? People, they always install antivirus on their computer only, but they always forgot to install antivirus on their phones or iPad, yeah? So make sure you install antivirus on all your devices, especially if your devices is the type that connects to the internet the whole time. So here you go. Most of the time we always receive question, what is the best antivirus? Actually, antivirus is, all antivirus is good as long as you keep on updating them. Like, and also make sure you download the genuine antivirus, yeah? Not something that you download from torrent or something. And then, of course, before you buy, you need to research first, okay? Make sure it's well-known and reputable, and make sure it has high ratings and good reviews. And again, the most important one, make sure the antivirus is updated frequently. Why? Okay, because every day there's always this new computer virus. So your antivirus needs to be updated so that they can recognize these new viruses. Okay. So I'm not sure if we have time for a demonstration, but I'll just skip that for now. Okay, so what can you report to Brewster? Okay. There are many things that you can report to Brunei. Okay, first one is infected computer. For example, there's like a virus or malware or a spyware on your devices. So you can give us a call and then we can give you advice. Malicious websites, hacked email accounts, phishing, the one I mentioned earlier, business email compromise and phishing, they're actually almost the same. But yeah, business email compromise is usually for corporates, yeah. And then of course, social media. So as for social media, for example, unwanted contacts, hack accounts, online impersonation, social media scams, extortion, especially these past few weeks, we've been receiving a lot of calls about Roman scam and extortions, yeah. So yeah, you can give us a call on that one. And then the next one, cyberbullying, which is usually common around for primary school students. Website defacement, denial of service. Here you go. Maybe you guys can give this a screenshot or something. If you want to report a cybersecurity incident to Brusert, you can actually email it to us to reporting@brusert.org.bn. You can even call us. It's our hotline is 24/7. Okay, even subuh we receive phone calls. It's 245-8001. And if, let's say, for example, you receive like fake news or those viral messages, you can actually forward us on WhatsApp. Okay, you can contact us on WhatsApp. It's 7170766. Okay, so there you go. Now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, all right.
So there's few questions here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm reading it now.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so the first question is to reconfirm back, passphrase is more secure than password. I would say yes, okay. It's actually being recommended by various cybersecurity organizations like SANS or like even US CERT, okay. So it's better to use passphrase, okay. Does blocking PC camera will prevent 100% spyware through webcam? No, it will not. But however, it will reduce the risk of you being monitored. Especially now, people would put their laptop in the bedroom, and then usually in the bedroom, people would change their clothes or something like that, something private. So we don't want that to be recorded. Yeah. So it's better for you to, what do you call this? Block your PC camera. What do you call it? Put a sticker on it. So to remove that spyware, you might need to install antivirus for that one. Okay, how many percentage of social engineering crimes have Brunei experienced? Between phishing, and smishing, which one is the most common social engineering crime? Okay, I do not have the exact percentage at the moment. Okay, however, the most popular would be through phishing. Yeah, especially phishing, especially when it comes to companies. They companies and to be specific, usually finance department. Okay, because they're the ones who handle money. And if I'm not mistaken, there's this like I mentioned earlier, business email compromise, which is like phishing. This in Brunei itself, it costs around $1 million already sent to like scammers or hackers. Yeah. And then, okay, what will happen to this cyber criminal if it's in Brunei? Yeah, for this one, you can, like my colleague said, Farid, he said that depending on the offenses, okay? We have Computer Misuse Act, okay, which you can go to agc.gov.pn. But I remember so far in Brunei, if I'm not mistaken, I encountered two cases that is being under Computer Misuse Act, all right? And they got jailed so far, yeah. A lot of antiviruses are sold expensively. Therefore, okay, all right. So the thing about antivirus, we have the free ones, we also have the paid one, okay? based on recommendation, if your device is the type yang constantly connected to the internet, it is best for you to invest on the paid version. Okay, with the paid version, it has extra features. Yeah. However, if you're the type, let's say usually parents, they have this tablets that is not connected to the internet, but they just give that tablet to the kids to draw or something like that. So for that one, there's no need to put antivirus on that one, but of course it needs to be updated and then checked every now and then. Yeah. Okay. So basically, if you, like I said, especially phones, you keep on connected to the internet, right? So you might as well invest on a paid version antivirus. Okay, how's the reporting process or procedure if there is any cyber attacks happen? What is the duration? Again, this depending on the type of cyber attacks. Yeah. The thing is, most cyber attacks usually it goes to, what do you call this? Like usually like India, it comes from India, or it comes from most popular place, Russia. Okay, so like we need to liaise with Interpol. So Interpol, we need to liaise from that country as well. So it will, I would say, it will take a long time. I mean, sometime lah, but yeah. Okay, yeah, Interpol. Yeah. Right.
Seems like no more question from the chat area. Okay. So it's like all the question has been answered. So should you have any queries or further information, you may contact the previous slide, Ms. Izuana.
Oh, yes.
Okay. You may
There you go.
contact this contact number. So thank you so much, Ms. Izuana. And thank you everyone for joining our session. So that's all from me. So thank you very much. And then with that, I end with wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.